The misconception that lung cancer is only a smoker's disease is causing diagnosis delays for thousands of sufferers, a terminally ill patient has warned. Natasha Loveridge received a shock diagnosis last December after her breathing became squeaky. Just a month later, the 49-year-old primary school teacher was told her disease had progressed to an incurable stage. She is now fighting to raise awareness that if you've got lungs, you can get lung cancer. Natasha said, "I find myself having to justify it. I always say, I've got lung cancer, but it's non-smoking, it's caused by a gene mutation. I constantly have to qualify it, and that's wrong. There is this stigma that you must have brought it on yourself." Around 48,000 people are diagnosed with lung cancer each year in the UK. While the majority are smokers, around 15% are people whose disease is not linked to use of cigarettes and has unique molecular and biological characteristics. Almost 6 in 10 cases of lung cancer are diagnosed at stage 3 or 4, too late for curative treatment. Natasha lives with her husband Matthew and daughters Gracie, 17, and Emily, 15, in Guiseley, Leeds. Her cancer is thought to have been caused by a mutation in the gene that codes for a protein called EGFR, which is more common in women. She was previously fit and healthy, completing a 10-kilometers run at least once a week and enjoying cycling, yoga and a balanced diet. This meant both Natasha and her doctors were slow to suspect cancer. She recalled, "My first symptom was that it sounded like I had swallowed a squeaky dog toy, my breathing sounded like a creaking door. I also had this irritable dry cough. I didn't think much of it. I thought it was long COVID. Why would I have lung cancer? When you're a non-smoker, it doesn't even come onto your radar that you could have lung cancer." A chest X-ray revealed abnormalities in her lung, but medics initially thought Natasha had tuberculosis. "They looked at my profile, I was 48 and very fit and healthy. Not what you would expect for a lung cancer patient," she added. By the time her cancer was diagnosed, it was already stage 3. Within a month it progressed to stage 4 and tests showed it had spread to her brain. Natasha immediately started taking the wonder drug osimertinib, which blocks proteins on cancer cells that encourage growth. Recent scans showed her primary lung tumor had shrunk by a quarter and her brain metastases were too small to be seen. Studies suggest osimertinib can keep cancer at bay for around 2 years for patients like Natasha. When her disease was first detected, she feared she would not see this spring. But Natasha is now making plans for her dream holiday to Italy next year and tries not to look over the cliff of her prognosis. She said, "There are people who have been on osimertinib for 5+ years. I hope to goodness that I am one of those people, and then I'm hoping that in that time there will be new targeted treatments. Science and medicine is advancing at such a quick rate at the moment. I just keep hoping, because if you can't have that, then what have you got?" Natasha is working with charities to raise awareness of non-smoking lung cancer so that more patients can be diagnosed early when treatment is more likely to be successful. "We need to really start to crush these stigmas and misconceptions," she added. "It's part of the reason why the majority of people with EGFR+ and non-smoking lung cancer get diagnosed at such a late stage. I'd like to get to a point where I can say to people I've got lung cancer, rather than "I've got lung cancer but I don't smoke." Increasing awareness of non-smoking lung cancer will hopefully save lives. A 2019 study found that if lung cancer in non-smokers was considered a separate disease, it would be the 8th most common cause of cancer-related death, higher than ovarian cancer, leukemia and lymphoma. As rates of smoking decline, the relative proportion of lung cancers in non-smokers is rising. Ruth Strauss, wife of former England cricket captain Sir Andrew Strauss, died of non-smoking lung cancer in 2018 aged 46. Sir Andrew launched the Ruth Strauss Foundation in her memory to raise awareness of the need for more research and to support other affected families. Deepa Doshi, the foundation's head of mission services, said, "Like Ruth, too many people are dying from non-smoking lung cancer each year. Due to the perception of lung cancers being a smoker's illness, patients' symptoms are not always picked up early enough. Diagnosing lung cancer early gives patients more options for treatment and more years to their lives." "Silent killer can affect anyone," says Angela Terry. "Lung cancer can affect anyone, smokers and non-smokers alike." Lung cancer is the most common cause of cancer death in the UK. It has one of the worst cancer survival rates, with only 16% expected to survive more than 5 years. Lung cancer in never smokers is on the rise and is now the UK's 8th most common cause of cancer-related death. Early investigation and referral is key to improving outcomes. Imagine that you are under 50 years old, female, fit, active and a never smoker, and you receive a stage 4 lung cancer diagnosis. A devastating diagnosis that impacts every aspect of your life and that of your loved ones. EGFR Positive UK is a charity that supports patients with this rare lung cancer mutation. With personalised treatment and genetic testing becoming more mainstream, the incidence of rare lung cancer mutations are increasing. Sadly, EGFR-positive lung cancer patients are often diagnosed at stage 4 when treatment is less likely to be effective. This is because their symptoms do not match those of typical lung cancer patients and misdiagnosis is common. Analysis by Cancer Research UK suggests that women will overtake men for lung cancer diagnoses in 2022-24. Women need to be as vigilant about the disease as they are about breast cancer. Well-known symptoms of lung cancer are a persistent cough, shortness of breath, repeat chest infections, coughing up blood, extreme tiredness or unexplained weight loss. Less well-known and often misdiagnosed are fatigue, a lump in your neck and back or shoulder pain. Lung cancer is sometimes called the silent killer as the symptoms only arise once the cancer has spread beyond the lungs. If you are concerned about a persistent symptom, get it checked out. Angela Terry is chair of EGFR Positive UK.